Hi, I'm Graham. Welcome back to ManVFilm. We're going to be talking about Night of the Demons 2, recently released from 88 Films. This is a movie that came out in 1994, but would wholeheartedly fit in with the whole aesthetics and movies that came out in the mid-80s, and it just has that kind of feel about it that just feels nostalgic, fun, energetic, with practical effects where they just, the storyline's there if they have to go to it, but more often than not it's just creating fun set pieces and really going for it. And I appreciate movies that do that. Night of the Demons was a movie that I'd never heard of until 88 Films were releasing the sequel. I eagerly went and checked out the first one. Loved it, absolutely loved it. So, please release the first one as well, because I'd like to have the two of them together on my shelf. And I pre-ordered the second one, and it came in and I was eager to attack it, and found a movie that is just so much fun. So we're continuing the story of the first one. Angela is still at Hill House, still haunting and killing people whenever she can, whenever the wrong person comes knocking at the door. And we go to a Catholic school further down the road where there is all these young horny kids just ready to rebel and discover demonic practices, because after you've had sex and you've started smoking and doing fun stuff like that, what else do you go to? Straight into the incantations and bringing forth a demonic spirit to just decimate the young nubile bodies that are there to be decimated. That's primarily what this movie is. You get a couple of horny guys as the main protagonists, kind of. You get a group of girls who are kind of rebelling against the system a little bit, who just want to hang out and have fun with the boys. You're introduced to Mouse, who is a small, timid character, probably how she got the nickname Mouse, who happens to be Angela's sister, and someone that's just perpetually terrified. Of course, you get a nun who's rather vicious and steadfast with the rules, and you get a priest who seems rather lax and just let the kids have a little bit of fun. That's the characters that you get. Nobody's really delved into too much, and that's perfectly fine for the kind of movie that you're getting. It's a movie where it takes a little bit of time to get to Hill House. It takes a little bit of time for the carnage to begin. But the movie's fun in getting there. It doesn't feel as if it's dragged out. You're enjoying spending time with these silly characters doing the completely silly things, and it's just interesting to go along with them. When it gets to the craziness, when it gets to the demons causing havoc in Hill House and elsewhere, because it delves out to that in this movie, it becomes so much fun. The practical effects are fantastic. There are scenes that are now emblazoned in my mind forever. There is a fantastic scene where there is a lot of nudity in this movie, and there's one where one of the lead actresses just takes her top off in the middle of a room, and it feels almost gratuitous if it's just there for the sake of it, and then something terrific happens that I'm not going to spoil for you, but I just thought it was a great effect, looked tremendous, was so much fun, and I just, I'd never seen it done before. I appreciated the inventiveness of that scene, and I absolutely adored it. These Night of the Demons movies are weird creatures for me. Things that I'd never heard of before, and even though I was ingrained in that kind of film genre timescale, the 80s, the slasher movies, the horror movies, I never really found these ones. And coming to them now, you'd be forgiven for having dated a little bit or not being as effective as they once were, but there is so much craft and love put into these movies that they're just entertaining. They're so much fun. They're well shot, they're well lit, the characters may not be the most interesting of characters, but it doesn't try to make them interesting. If somebody's just cannon fodder, that is what they're there for. That is why I'm there as a viewer, to see people that I don't really care about being decimated by some weird looking demonic creature. There is lots of that in this movie, and I am grateful just for the fact that it's there. 88 Films have done a terrific transfer, and their transfers of late have been pretty fantastic on a few releases. This one looks pretty sharp, pretty clean. There is not a lot of extras on this disc. There is an oral history of Night of the Demons 2 with Brian Trenchard Smith, who is a special effects person, and it's about 50 minutes in length. He's just sitting down talking about some of the funny facets of the production, a horrific story involving a grip at one point, which is just, it's one of these things that would just normally be cut out of the interview, but it's there in all its glory just to shock, and it does shock, and it's just a nice fun addition to it. You know, and you don't really need much because the movie's here. I would like to see more about the effects, but it's fine. I've got the movie, I've got that nice little interview. If you pick up one of the first print runs of this, you get the cool slipcover, and you get a booklet which is pretty decent as well. A couple of film journalists just writing about the movie, which is always nice because, like I said, I never knew a thing about this. There is some intelligent and informative writing within the booklet that is well worth the price of picking this up sooner rather than later. Yeah, trust me, terrific movie if you're into your 80s horror. This is something you're going to love, something I can highly recommend, and something that I cannot wait to watch again. I just want part 1 in Blu-ray from a decent boutique label. 88 Films, come on, pick it up. We know you want it. I want it. I'd love to see it soon. I'd love to know your thoughts on this movie, so let me know in the comment box below your thoughts on it, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.